You know they hurt you. You know you were smaller around them. You know you slept worse, thought worse, felt worse. And still, sometimes you miss them. Not just the good moments. You miss them, their voice, their presence, the emotional gravity they had over you. And that thought scares you because it makes you question your own mind. Why would your brain miss something that caused you pain? Hold that question, because the answer isn't what most people think. 2. Problem deep dive. It usually shows up quietly. You're doing something normal, driving, washing dishes, scrolling late at night, and suddenly your brain plays a memory. Not the worst moment, not the fight, not the anxiety. It plays the safe moment, the joke they made, the way they looked at you once, the one night everything felt okay. And your brain edits out the rest. Then the self-talk starts. Maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe I overreacted. Maybe I won't find that connection again. This doesn't just stay emotional. It starts shaping decisions. You hesitate to date again. You lower your standards. You romanticize intensity as chemistry. And slowly, you start rewriting your own story. Psychologically, this connects to something called emotional conditioning and attachment imprinting. But here's the uncomfortable part most people never say. Sometimes your brain confuses intensity with importance. And if that's true, what does that mean about what you were actually attached to? 3. Reframe. You are not broken for missing them. Your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do. It is trying to preserve emotional bonds, even unhealthy ones. From an evolutionary perspective, losing connection used to mean danger. Isolation meant vulnerability, so your brain developed a bias. Familiar pain feels safer than unfamiliar uncertainty. If your nervous system learned their chaos as normal, then peace can feel unnatural, not boring, not empty, unfamiliar. And the brain is very suspicious of unfamiliar, which means missing them might not be about love, it might be about emotional familiarity. And that changes everything. But to really understand this, you have to understand what your brain was actually learning during that relationship. 4. Psychological mechanism. Your brain runs on prediction. It constantly asks, what happens next? How do I stay safe? There's a system called the predictive brain model. Instead of reacting to reality, your brain predicts reality based on past patterns. Here's the metaphor. Your brain is like a GPS that learned routes in a dangerous city. It remembers where the potholes are, where traffic jams happen, where danger usually appears. So even if you move to a safer city, it still tries to send you through the old routes, because old routes are predictable, even if they're painful. Now add dopamine and cortisol to the mix. Toxic or unstable relationships often create intermittent reinforcement. This is the same mechanism used in gambling. Unpredictable reward, stronger addiction. If affection came randomly, your brain worked harder for it, valued it more, stored it deeper. Mental model, emotional slot machine. You pull the lever, sometimes you get love, sometimes you get distance, sometimes you get criticism. Unpredictable reward equals maximum brain attachment. So when you leave, your brain isn't just missing the person, it's missing the pattern it got wired into. And if that's true, then healing isn't about forgetting them. It's about retraining prediction, which is harder, but possible. 5. Practical framework. Step 1. Separate memory from nervous system. Memory. What to do. Write 2 lists. Moments you remember liking. Moments your body felt tense, small, or anxious. Why it works? The hippocampus stores story memory. The amygdala stores emotional threat memory. Separating them reduces emotional distortion. Example, you might remember laughing together, but your body might remember constant tension before texts. Step 2. Name the pattern, not the person. What to do? Instead of I miss them, say, I miss emotional intensity. I miss feeling chosen suddenly. Why it works. Labeling activates the prefrontal cortex, reducing emotional brain dominance. Example, late at night, instead of replaying memories, you identify the emotional pattern you're craving. Step 3. Normalize calm as safe what to do. Practice staying in stable, low-drama environments longer than feels natural. Why it works. Neuroplasticity requires repetition of safe experiences to update prediction models. Example, instead of chasing emotionally intense conversations, You stay in steady, respectful ones. At first, it may feel boring. That's not boredom. That's nervous system unfamiliarity. Step 4. Expect withdrawal feelings. What to do? When you suddenly miss them strongly, label it as nervous system withdrawal. Why it works. Intermittent reinforcement creates dopamine pattern dependency. Example, random emotional waves don't mean you want them back. They mean your brain expected another reward cycle. 6. Integration. Here's the simplest way to hold all of this. Your brain doesn't chase what's good. It chases what's familiar and unpredictable. Familiar equals safe. Unpredictable equals addictive. If someone gave you both, your brain wired deeply to them. So missing them doesn't mean they were right for you. You lost something rare. You won't find connection again. It might mean your brain is still using old prediction maps. Healing isn't deleting memories. It's teaching your brain a new definition of safe. Slow safety, consistent care, predictable warmth. At first, it will feel strange, then neutral, then normal, and one day, comfortable. 7. Quiet, empowering, close. You are not weak for missing people who hurt you. You are experiencing a brain that learns survival through connection, and survival learning runs deep. But brains update, slowly, quietly, through repetition, not force. You don't have to hate them to outgrow them. You don't have to erase them to move forward. Sometimes healing looks like this.